Now, I want to ask you just a few questions, shifting on to your personal life, right?
Sure.
So I want to ask you just two questions. The first question I want to ask you is, how would you describe your relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal in one word?
Love. I think sometimes in different cultures, children can't sit down with their parents and say, I love you. I know kids who have told me that they've never heard from their dad or their mother that they love them. And we know parents love their kids, and depending on what culture you're from, people show love. But the Prophet ﷺ said, if you love someone, tell them. Just like he would say in front of his companions, I love Aisha, right? I love Abu Bakr. To the point where a lot of the Sahaba was like, if you spend time with the Prophet ﷺ, you think that you'd be
you're his favorite person.
Your favorite person, right? And so we have this tendency with Allah. I ask people, sometimes adults, when they get in too over their head with certain things in Islam, the tertiary issues, I say to them, just to break, sometimes when you're going through a bad relationship or like rough times with your family members, sometimes all someone needs is a hug to break that. It's not a conversation to be had. It's not a winning argument. It's like you just embrace them and you shock their system. And sometimes you realize when you talk to even adults and not just youth, like, when's the last time, you just said, Allah, I love you, And so I think that the most important thing and something between a relationship that I have, my relationship with Allah, is that I believe that He loves me and I love Him dearly too. And I think that people should focus on that, because my main goal for life coaching and MYCA and whatever it is at the end of the day for a Muslim is that you fall in love with Allah and you stay in love with Allah, and you use the Prophet ﷺ's example and his sunnah and the Sahaba, right? And you respect our scholars and you respect those du'at that all they want to do is one thing for you, right? Is to put that love in you for Allah.
That's really beautiful. I was listening to this lecture by Imam Buti, may Allah have mercy on him, and he said something very beautiful that it changed my perspective on just what you were mentioning, the relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal and love between you and Allah Azza wa Jal. So he said there was a servant, a lady, that was working at, she was a servant and she was staying with these with the people who she was serving, right? And so at night, the man she was in service to saw her making dua, and she was like, "Oh Allah, for the sake bihubbika li, for your love towards me, I ask you to do this, and for this, and for this, and for this." And so the man thought it was weird. So, the man told her, "No, you should say, oh Allah, I ask you for bihubbi lak, for my love towards you." And so she answered him and she said, "No, because I don't know, I can't, there's no evidence that I actually love Allah Azza wa Jal, but me being here and Allah Azza wa Jal giving me ilham, like we said, inspiring me to be at this,
and just life in general,
exactly, and all these blessings and that Allah Azza wa Jal gave me, and me being here in this time of the night making dua is evidence that He loves me." Absolutely. So I'm asking Him with something that I can, that is something
for sure.
No, for sure, exactly. Yes. And so that's very beautiful that you shared that.